Major Fate news coming out of Anime Japan 2016. As I'm sure many of you have already heard by now, especially if you follow me on Twitter, it was announced at the Fate Project event that Ufotable's Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel adaptation will be a trilogy, with the first film airing in 2017. The announcement also came with a new key visual and teaser shown here. This is easily the biggest news since the adaptation's initial announcement, finally answering the question that's dogged fans for over a year. How many movies will Ufotable give it? One film simply was not gonna do. That would have been a guaranteed train wreck similar to Studio Dean's Joke of UBW adaptation. Thankfully, that's no longer a concern. We still aren't sure whether the films will be 1 or 2 hours long, and your guess is really as good as mine at this point. 2 hours would be fantastic, but I'm just glad we're getting 3 movies at all. We don't know when in 2017 the first will air, but you can probably expect the second about half a year later. Ufotable released each of the Kara no Kyokai films roughly 3 to 5 months apart, but I expect these to be a bit more than that. The poster, by the way, is absolutely gorgeous. The crumbled servant statues and black mud oozing in the background, coupled with the caged butterflies and flowers everywhere, give it a hauntingly serene vibe, which is a nice fit for Heaven's Feel. Finally, Tomonori Sudo will serve as director. In other words, not Miura. His previous work includes chief animation director and character designs for pretty much anything Ufotable's ever done with Type Moon. His lone directing role was for the 8th Kara no Kyokai film, Future Gospel. While he's still inexperienced when it comes to running a series, his portfolio is a lot bigger than Miura's was going into UBW, and Sudo's one directing role is a lot more impressive than Miura's work on the 6th Kara no Kyokai movie, easily the worst of the series. The break until 2017 is gonna suck, but I'm willing to wait another year if it means Ufotable will get this adaptation right. So far, they're off to a good start. That wasn't the only major Fate news, however, as a Fate Extra TV anime was announced for 2017 as well. Studio Shaft will animate the series, called Fate Extra Last Encore, making them the 5th studio to take on the franchise. For those unaware, Fate Extra is a dungeon crawl JRPG for the PSP taking place in an alternate universe to Fate Stay Night, in which the world's mana supply is completely dry. The main character wakes up in a strange virtual world forced to fight for survival in this Holy Grail war. Judging by the promotional art and brief PV, it looks like the series will choose Red Saber as the protagonist's servant. Since I'm sure a lot of people will ask, allow me to clarify that Red Saber is not Arturia. They are 2 completely different characters, both in personality and identity. She's also different from Saber of Red and Fate Apocrypha, so don't get that confused either. I'm excited to see what Shaft will do with this series and whether it'll be a straight-up adaptation or a new story. It's hard to tell judging from the tagline Last Encore, but more information is sure to come in the following months. If anything, the announcement is notable for being the first anime to stray from the main Fate timeline, not counting Fate Khalid, potentially opening the door for future adaptations of Hollow Ataraxia, Apocrypha, or even a Grand Order series. Regardless, 2017 is shaping up to be a huge year for Fate fans, and I think I speak for everyone when I say, it can't come soon enough.